southwesterly wind. That will in turn bring more unsettled weather, but at least those temperatures will be lifting. But we will see the cloud increasing on Wednesday, more rain coming in, particularly for western areas, shuffling its way into eastern parts of the UK during the afternoon. Again, a breezy day, but those temperatures continuing to rise, double figures for most places and widely getting up to 14 or 15 degrees. Heading towards the latter part of the week, those weather fronts will take the rain away overnight, and ahead of another area of low pressure coming in for Friday, we've got a mixture of sunshine and showers for Thursday. Now these showers will develop more widely, they'll push their way eastwards, and they may well be heavy with the risk of some hail and thunder. But it is mild air that we've got across the UK, so temperatures across eastern parts of England could reach 17 or even 18 Celsius. Jane.
Darren, thank you. And that is it from the news at 1 on BBC One. We'll join our newsrooms now, wherever you are. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Midlands Today. I'm Michael Collie. A woman from Sutton Coldfield whose child suffered serious injuries at birth has called for mothers' concerns to be taken more seriously. Dilshad Sultana was advised to take a hot bath at home after she'd contacted the hospital with stomach pains. When she arrived at Birmingham Women's Hospital, she then faced a near 3-hour delay before having a caesarean. Here's our health correspondent, Michele Paduano.
It should have been the perfect family, but Anjana will never play as she should with her little brother. Her mum called the hospital at 5 p.m. with pains, but was told to have a bath. Then when she got to hospital at 10:30, despite a heart trace showing the baby needed to be born, there was a near 3-hour delay.
I was asking my husband, why can't I hear the baby cry? And why not they telling us the time of the birth?
The doors just banged open, another team just rushed in, and it just became a war zone, And then no one was telling us what was happening. That was the worst bit.
He was all blue. He had no response, and they were pressing him constantly. His chest wall was rising up and down.
His brain was so starved of oxygen, Shanto wasn't expected to live.
They just kept telling us, oh, your baby's not doing well, he suffered a severe brain injury. And we were like, what do you mean? You guys were assuring us everything's okay, our baby's okay.
After 22 days, he no longer needed a ventilator to breathe.
He pulled the tube out himself, which is a miracle. Neither the doctors nor us can believe how it happened. The development he's making, it's beyond explanation, but it's a miracle, and it melts my heart. It makes me happy. It gives me a reason to live.
But Shanto is unlikely to ever walk or talk. Lawyers say mum was always due to have a caesarean, so shouldn't have been left in labour.
This is a baby that needs to be delivered and could have been delivered and should have been delivered. And if it had been, then again there was a second opportunity there to have delivered Shanto before he suffered any permanent brain damage.
The Women's Hospital has said it was truly sorry. The standard of care offered fell below that required and expected. Dilshad says she always hears of the same mistakes from mothers.
Everyone has the same complaint, that the members of the staff don't listen. And I know how it feels when they don't listen properly. We felt helpless.
Michele Paduano, BBC News Today.
A man's been found guilty of murdering a 67-year-old as he unpacked his shopping at his home in the Black Country. Barry Johnson was beaten to death just a few feet from the front door of his flat in Dudley in August 2021. Police say Jay Gallier, who's 33, showed no remorse for the attack or offered any explanation for what he did. He'll be sentenced next month. Normal service has resumed across the West Midlands bus network. It follows a week-long strike by National Express bus drivers over pay. At the weekend, they voted to accept a new offer of 16.2%. The Unite union has described it as an important win.
Only by taking strike action now that we've managed to force the company to implement something it should have been started implementing last year. So the message is that we didn't want strike action to happen, but in order for our members to get what they were promised from last year and to get a decent pay rise this year, we did have to take strike action.
Now, the war in Ukraine has displaced thousands of people from their homes, many of whom now live here in the Midlands. And they're among many nationalities who've built life here after fleeing conflict or moving for education or for work. For some, one of the greatest challenges is learning English. Emma Thomas has visited a language group in Stafford where people across the world are learning together.
And his school was too big and chaotic. Chaotic.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
Yeah.
A calmness rather than a chaos. That's the atmosphere at English for All in Stafford Baptist Church. Volunteers teach English. Today's students represent Eritrea, Vietnam, Ukraine and Turkey.
We are very lucky. We are together with good people.
Gulson left Turkey 6 years ago, following her husband's engineering career.
When I came here, my English is zero.
This community has offered support since the devastating earthquake at home.
Many messages. How are you, Gülşen? We are very upset about earthquake in Turkey. We meet, we drank coffee, we talked about earthquake.
That's what I love.
Yeah, love.
I love ice cream.
Food was the theme on this week's worksheets. At break time there was some homemade Turkish baklava and cheesy börek. The language of baking transcends barriers.
The transformation is enormous. I mean, you walk in, you don't know who's who, how to speak, what quite you can say. And then after weeks, you see signs, after months, and then you say to yourself, they're here, they're in, they belong.
The youngest volunteer tutor is only 19.
You can always see the strength of humanity, I think, because these people have been through a lot and they have their own stories, their own families. And in Stafford, you don't always get to see the kind of diversity that there really is.
Stories like Maria's. She and her sister fled the Russian-occupied city of Kherson 3 months ago.
When I came here, I was confused a little at first about all those accents, about people speaking as fast. So it took time to get used to.
The sisters hope to one day return to their home country, but with a much improved love of the language of another. Emma Thomas, BBC Midlands Today, Stafford.
I'm sure they're doing better than I could. There we go. More than 200 delegates have gathered at the ICC in Birmingham for the launch of what's been called an Electric Revolution Skills Hub. The online service aims to bring together employers and academics to provide access to training, development and jobs. It's been designed by Coventry University, among others, and it's claimed it could create more than 169,000 jobs in the next 2 years, mostly in the Midlands.
I'm really excited for the West Midlands, because what it means is that now you've got a clear understanding of, what is required in the skills space, and it also allows the many people that are in that in current jobs to be able to find a route to become part of this electrification industry.
In football, Aston Villa women are on course for their most successful season ever after thrashing Leicester City 5-0 in the Super League yesterday. More than 6,000 fans were at Villa Park to watch England international Rachel Daly score twice. It was Villa's 4th league win in a row. Daly is now the 2nd highest scorer in the league. There we go. The sun's out here, which is great. Shefali, and is that how things are going to continue?
Unfortunately not, no. Today is probably the best day of the week, Michael. Thank you very much. Yes, hello, good afternoon to you. Yes, it is British summertime now. We've got more daylight hours. You'd think things would be picking up, but the weather has got some catching up to do. Today is probably the best day of the week, although it was nippy to begin with. Temperatures down to -1 Celsius last night. However, we've got low pressure moving in from tonight onwards, and this means that things are going downhill in terms of it becomes windier, although it is going to be milder. We're going to get some spells of rain as well, or showers from time to time. But by the time we get to the weekend, things are cooling down, although it does become calmer as well. So on to this afternoon then. Get out there, enjoy it, because there is a lot of sunshine on offer. We have got just the odd isolated shower here and there, but our winds are very light at the moment, coming in from that southwesterly direction, and temperatures ranging from between 8 to 11 Celsius. And then as we head through through this evening and overnight. The cloud is going to begin to thicken up from the southwest as that area of low pressure pushes in. It's quite an intense area, but it's going to just begin to bring in some rain towards the southwestern fringes. Temperatures down to 2 to 4 Celsius. So no frost tonight. And then those temperatures picking up tomorrow under cloud and further outbreaks of rain, highs of about 15 Celsius in places.
Oh, it's a bit cool overnight, isn't it?
It was.
There you go. That's it for now. Don't forget Midlands Today, back at 6:30 this evening here on BBC One. And you can also watch afterwards on iPlayer. There we are. Have a good afternoon from us. Bye-bye.